Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Right, as you can hear, my voice isn't the best, so I'm going to try my hardest. I know I say this every time I do a video, but I'm going to try my hardest to make it short and sweet as possible. I tried making a video yesterday on my comments, my opinions, my view on the so-called losses of life, groups of losses of life. Zurich in Switzerland, the one that happened in Turkey, them ones. The guy driving the Arctic truck through the Christmas market in Berlin. I tried to give my own personal opinion on these things because obviously you people don't watch me because the news is telling you all this stuff. Please, correct me if I'm wrong. You do have an opinion, and as it is at this present moment in time, you do still have freedom of speech, so I would compel you to use it. You watch my videos because I give you my opinion. Whether you believe I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, you keep coming back. So do you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that you guys can take something away from these videos that I do and help you, in your understanding of the fucked up world that we are unfortunately living in today. I watched a few stories. Obviously, we're like a couple of hours, for the media, that's days, do you know what I'm saying, that are away from the story. I've seen the video, like everybody else has, of the Russian guy shot in Turkey by some police officer. I'm hearing indiscriminate things through people, whether he was off duty, on duty, what the fuck he was doing there, this, that and the other. This is my understanding of that. He was an on-duty police officer that was entrusted with the security and protection of this person who ended up shooting him, apparently. I've not seen any video or snippet or video that shows me any blood. At that close range, I'm not a firearms expert, so don't quote me on it. But from that distance of behind him, if you were shot in the back, blood would be protruding through your chest. Or at least a little bit of red, you know what I'm saying? Or when the body drops onto the floor, there would be a puddle of blood on the floor. I didn't see that. What I did see, though, is what I believe, or it could just be the person that's holding the camera, the guy's arm that was on the floor move. That's what's giving me the information that fucking it's an inside job, or it was planned out to happen like that. Yes, I know there's going to be quite a few people that are angry, oh, how can it be staged, and all this shit, think of his family. Well, why tell you that we're going to use you for our political gains or our evil fucking intentions and then shoot him? You would want the reaction of nobody knowing that this happened. But this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that's how it happened, but I'm just saying, there are people's opinions, and I encourage people's opinions because, unfortunately, you have to listen to mine. Whether you watch my videos or not, I'm there. The little Rasta hat and the beard, the lot, the Star Wars in one corner and the One Love in the other. I know that, everything isn't as cut and dry. Moving on to the one in Zurich that happened outside an Islamic centre, apparently. Like I say, don't quote me on the locations or the death tolls or everything else, because as the hours, the minutes, the days go past, that will change. Whether it changes so it's good, so there's not so many losses of life, or whether it's bad because there are shitloads of losses of life. I hope that, nobody was hurt. And it was all fake, and it was all, blood and all this. But, the reality of it is we can't actually say that's how it's gone. The Arctic truck one, or as I was first told at the beginning, it was a snowplow. I've seen what damage snowplow can do to snow, to parked cars. So I could only, unfortunately, imagine the damage it would do to a group of people celebrating. According to the news, whichever news source you listen to. The ones that I've been listening to are, you know, matching up on the same. Hello Thomas, how you doing, my friend? Hope you like the video. Well, not like the video, but not like the content of the video, if possible, if that makes sense. There was a driver and a passenger in the vehicle. The passenger, I've been told, died. So they arrested the driver, and apparently it wasn't actually the right person, because the driver decamped from the vehicle and ran. I believe they grabbed, you know, misidentity or something. My whole reason for doing this video is because I've commented on the fact that we are getting so close to the 25th of December, where majority of the Christian population, well, most of the world's population, you know, I know a few Muslims that don't celebrate Christmas like you guys celebrate Christmas, but, you know, they do still, you know, celebrate it as a public holiday. Turkey was where the guy got shot in the back, which I believe could be fake, and I told you the reasons why I believe it could be fake. The Arctic truck, or what I was told at the beginning was a snowplow, is in Berlin in Germany. No, Berlin, yeah, Berlin, Germany, I believe. Like I say, I'm not a geography teacher, do you know what I'm saying, or a ballistics expert, you know, with the whole bullets. But, you know, we are getting close to you know, the holidays, and, you know, these radical people will try and, you know, bring it to their own means. Do you know what I'm saying? If they can turn it round to, you know, look at us, look at us, look at us, they will. I know I say it with such, you know, I don't know what the word would be, but, you know, it's not happening here. I'm grateful that it's not happening here. I have spoken to many of my friends. The only problem with the news is, Thomas, it's exactly the same as you watching me on the camera. Can you believe what I'm saying? Or the same as, can you believe what the news is telling you? I've always used mainstream media news as a start point. Because if they're telling you something, there's obviously something behind it. I did have a message from a friend of mine, obviously I'm not going to give out his name, which told me that, do I reckon that this is just a thing because of the holidays? You know, we haven't been taken, you know, there aren't very much, you know, ISIS in the news, and if it is, it's like Syria and that end of the planet. Nothing really approaching on the Western world. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that these governments that know what they're doing and planning it out the way that they've planned it, if that's how it's gone, you know, I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat, I'm wearing a Rasta hat, so anything is possible. But I believe at the end of the day this is for one means and one means only. The populace aren't happy, you know. The people I've spoken, Gaza bud, this is the reason I watch you, because you come with the reality, not the cover. I thank you for saying that, Thomas. I'm really glad that that's how you see things, but unfortunately not everything I say is 100% corroborable. I can't show you any evidence to back it up. It's only my opinion of what I see. I do unfortunately base ISIS as the Israeli security, you know, people, because if anybody could show me any documentation, actual documentation that shows that ISIS have attacked Israel, I'd like to see that, because why would you bite the hand that feeds you? I'm glad it hasn't happened here in this country, because I have children here, I have family here, and obviously you guys are here. I wouldn't wish something, you know, as dreadful as what's happened upon anybody. But I will say this in the defense of my own. If you come to my country, the country which I was born in, the country which I reside in at this present moment in time, because I'm not saying like I own the place, but I'm saying this because, you know, it doesn't matter where I move to. You know, wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. Please don't. Because your bullets and bombs are material. material way of thinking. I want to know what you want, how I can make you achieve that, and sit down and sort this out. Because if anything, killing people has not got what you want, has not stopped. You know, I know there's a few people out there, there's a few people out in Syria which are tarnished with the same ISIS brush, but I believe have some credible reason to fight the power. I was watching a video of a man. He didn't join ISIS or anything like that, but turned against the Americans and the British coalition because of the airstrikes, the drone strikes in his own country. Yeah, you know, for anybody that believes ISIS just grew out of the ground like a plant, they were made, like Al-Qaeda, they were made for a reason, for a purpose, for an objective. And everything that's happening out in the world is all connected. We're all here for a reason, and my reason is to bring you as much of the truth of how I see it, and spread love, peace and unity among my brothers and sisters. As Charlie Chaplin once said, the world is bountiful, there is enough for all of us, there is no reason why we need to fight. People are saying with my whole religious posts and that, well, it's a man-made doctorate, unless you're telling me that this actual person, and if this actual person exists, whether that's Jesus, God, Buddha, Allah, Jah in my case, if they actually appear in front of me and do all the magical shit that their books say, then I'll believe it's happening. Then it wouldn't be man-made religion, there'll actually be a religion, you know, an actual metaphorical way of looking at shit. Let's chat enough for this time. As usual, as I always say at my end of my videos, please check me out on YouTube. You know, every view, every like, every bad comment, every dislike, helps me down the path in life. It helps me bring forward what I can. And as usual, guys, have a happy holidays. Happy New Year if you can. And you'll see me more before the New Year, but you know what I'm saying. Have a good time. And as usual, peace and love.